stormy day it is here. So, since some of us have some snow moving in our near future, we're going to use the abdominal star today. It's not the most refined approach to the abdominal wall, but it's really useful because you can use it anytime. So as you start moving snow later, we're going to try to keep the star going in all sorts of positions. And briefly before we begin, I'll lay the star out. We imagine it like an asterisk, the center piece coming up from the pubic bone towards the sternum. This is the rectus abdominis, most superficial part of the star. And then we have these two diagonal lines that form an X representing the obliques. And then the crossbar, your foundation, your transversus abdominis. Well, make sure you don't lose sight of that crossbar when you're shrinking the star down. Be sure that you're thinking about those hip points coming to towards each other. That's a little more subtle than the movement of the ribs down on the diagonal. But putting it all together will help you activate the whole abdominal wall. So the abdominal star looks like an asterisk, and we're going to work with that asterisk. Begin by lying down on the back. Knees bent, arms comfortably at the sides. Support your head with a pillow if you like. And take a moment to picture the asterisk that forms the abdominal star. Notice each one of those lines. Feel the vertical line up from the pubic bone towards the base of the sternum. Feel the X, the two diagonals crossing each other from one set of ribs down to the opposite hip point, and then the other set of ribs down to the other hip point. And then the crossbar across your hip points. So the asterisk has a bit of an off-center, low center. And picture that asterisk with its low center. Take an inhale as you picture it. And as you exhale, shrink the whole star down. See if you can picture all of those lines moving towards the center, which is going to be slightly below the navel. And then take an inhale and relax that. Keep picturing the star as you inhale. And as you exhale, shrink it again. All of the parts moving down towards its low center. And take an inhale to relax. Keep picturing the star. One more time with the exhale. Shrink the star down. And then inhale and relax. And then this time relax completely. Allow yourself to sink into gravity. If you've already been shoveling and your back is tight, feel free to bring your knees into the chest right now. Take a moment to settle, release, relax. Notice the natural curve of the lower spine once your feet are on the floor. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the face. Right, now we're going to keep working with the star, but see if we can keep it shrinking as we take the inhale, which means that you're not going to have the biggest, deepest inhale ever. You need to find some space in the upper chest, the back, the ribs to put the breath into if you're keeping your star shrinking. So take an inhale and picture the asterisk. As you exhale, shrink it down towards its low center. And this time we're going to keep shrinking it and breathe in. Find a place to put the breath in. And then with the exhale, shrink the star. And then with the inhale, relax it. Now let's bring the arms down to the sides with the palms facing each other. And we'll use the star to stabilize the neutral spine as we reach the arms to the wall behind. Take an inhale, float the arms up to vertical, picturing your star. As you exhale, shrink your star and reach your arms back towards the wall behind you. Be mindful that the pelvis doesn't move. We're keeping neutral spine now. The star is still shrinking as you bring your arms up to vertical. Let's go into a head lift, keeping the neutral spine as you exhale. Then with inhale, head down, arms up. You can let the star relax just for a moment. And then re-engage it. Shrink the star as you reach the arms back towards the wall behind you, keeping your neutral lower back. So don't let your back arch away from the mat. As you inhale, arms float up to the ceiling. Keep shrinking the star and lift your head without flattening the lower back. And once again, inhale, head down, arms up. Relax the shrinking of the star for a moment. One more time as you exhale, shrink the star. Reach the arms back towards the wall behind you. Maintain your neutral spine. As you inhale, bring the arms up to vertical. Soften the shoulders. And exhale without flattening the back. Shrink the star, lift the head. And then inhale the head down, the arms up. And relax there. Feel the humeral heads drop into the sockets. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Make some small circles with your arms. And reverse the circles. Then let's bring the hands to rest on the torso with the thumbs on the low ribs and the fingers on the hip points. We'll use the star to stabilize neutral as we do alternate leg lifts. Take an inhale to prepare. Notice the neutral position of the pelvis and the lower spine. As you exhale, shrink the star. This does not change the position of your back. Now maintain the shrinking of the star. Keep your pelvis still as you inhale the right foot up. And then exhale, lower it down. Keep shrinking the star, keep stabilizing the pelvis, lower back. Inhale, take the left foot up. And lower the foot back down. Keep shrinking the star and do the right side again. Keep the pelvis steady as you lift up and as you lower down. And re-engage. Shrink the star as you bring the left foot up. And lower it, shrinking the star to stabilize. One more time, each leg. Keep shrinking the star, left foot up and down. And then relax. Now as you relax, hopefully there's no change in the position of your lower back, only in the tautness of the front. Give unto gravity. Now we're going to work with a flat back. So let's inhale the arms up to the ceiling. We're still on our neutral spine for now with the shoulders relaxed. That center piece, the vertical line from the pubic bone to the sternum, is the rectus abdominis. And we're going to engage, shrink the star and then engage that a little extra, so it's going to tug those 2 points towards each other and flatten your lower back. Keep your arms relaxed in the upright position as you inhale. Picture the star. As you exhale, shrink the star and then extra shrink the vertical line so that your pelvis actually tilts and your lower back goes flat. Now push into your heels in addition to that shrinking of that vertical line. Stay here. Exhale and press down into the heels, flatten the back. Now keep the back flat as you inhale. Move the arms a third of the way towards the wall behind you. And then stay there while you exhale, shrinking the star, flattening the back, pressing into the heels. With the inhale, bring the arms back another third of the way. Keeping that back plastered down to the mat. Stay there and exhale. And then with the inhale, reach the arms the final bit as low as you can go towards the floor. Keep your back flat. Stay there while you exhale. And then as you inhale, float the arms up to vertical. And then as you exhale, relax into neutral. So let your tailbone drop down into the mat. Let your lower back show itself neutral curve. Relax the shoulders. We'll prepare to do that again. Inhale. Exhale, shrink the star, and then especially tighten the vertical line to flatten the back. Pulling your pubic bone towards your navel, then press your heels into the floor and inhale. Take the arms a third of the way back. Stay there as you exhale, pressing into the heels, shrinking the star and pulling pubic bone towards navel. Then inhale, go another third of the way back. As you exhale, keep flattening the back, pressing into the heels. Inhale, the rest of the way back. Stay for one more exhale. Keep pressing into the heels, shrinking the star and pulling pubic bone to navel. And then with the inhale, float the arms up to the ceiling. And then relax into neutral. Relax the shoulders. Relax the effort of the star. Sink into gravity for a moment. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, shrink the star. Tilt the pelvis. Press into the heels in that order. Inhale, let the arms go a third of the way back. Keep the lower back pressed down into the mat. Stay there while you exhale. Notice your back ribs are also pressing into the mat. Inhale, go another third of the way back. Keep pressing into the heels, shrinking the star, tilting the pelvis. Stay in, inhale. And the last third as you exhale, keep flattening the lower back. Stay for one more. Exhale, pressing your heels down. And then with your inhale, float the arms to the ceiling. And as you exhale, relax. Feel your neutral, relax your shoulders. We'll keep the arms here as we go into alternate leg lifts with an extension, and we're going to do it with a flat back this time. So in this order, exhale, shrink the star, tilt the pelvis, press into the heels a little bit, relax the shoulders, and keep your flat back as you inhale the right foot off the floor. Keep your back flat as you flex your foot and extend the leg out across the room. And then inhale, bend the knee. Keep the back flat as you lower the foot back down with your exhale. Keep flattening the back, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, flex the foot, reach out through the heel. Keep flattening the back. Inhale, bend the knee. Relax the shoulders and lower the foot down. Keep the back flat. And again to the right side. Inhale up. Keep tilting the pelvis. Exhale, flex the foot, reach out through the heel. Keep flattening the back and bend the knee. And keep flattening the back as you lower down. Check your shoulders, relax them, relax the neck and the jaw. And bring the left side up, keep flattening the back. And flex your foot, reach out through the heel. And bend the knee. Keep flattening the back, relax the shoulders, lower the foot down. Last time, keep flattening the back. You're shrinking your whole star down and flattening the back. Right side up, flex the foot, extend out through the heel. Bend the knee. Now keep your foot up and circle your ankle. Keep relaxing your shoulders. Keep flattening your back. Reverse the circles. And then point the toes. Flex the foot back. Point the toes. Flex back. Point. And flex. Keep in your flex. Squeeze your toes and fan your toes. Squeeze. Fan. Squeeze. Fan. Relax the foot. Keep shrinking your star. Tilting the pelvis. Lower the foot down. Keep the back flat, shrink the star, tilt the pelvis, bring the left side up, shoulders are still relaxed, flex your foot, reach out through the heel, bend the knee, and stay there and circle the ankle. Keep flattening the back, reverse the circles, and then point the toes and flex back, and point, flex, and point. Flex, maintain your flex as you squeeze the toes and fan the toes. Squeeze, fan, squeeze, fan. Keep the back flat, relax the foot, lower the foot down to the floor, and then bring your arms down, relax into neutral. Take a couple relaxed breaths, giving into gravity. Now we're going to use a small ball between the knees, or a folded pillow or a towel. Or if you have a yoga block, you could use that. So we'll return to neutral for a moment. As you inhale, picture the abdominal star. Feel the neutral lower back curve. Maintain your neutral spine as you exhale and press into the ball. Keep shrinking the star and squeeze the ball. Maintain, breathe, but keep shrinking the star and pressing into the ball. Now keep shrinking the star and unsqueeze the ball, and then let everything relax for a moment. And then again, picture the star. Exhale, shrink the star. Keep your neutral spine, squeeze into the ball and maintain. Keep maintaining the squeeze on the ball. Continue to shrink the star as you keep your neutral spine. Breathe. And then keep the star shrinking as you unsqueeze. Your pelvis is still stable. Relax. And one more time. Picture the star as you inhale. Shrink it as you exhale. Maintain neutral and squeeze into the ball. Maintain. Breathe. Keep shrinking the star. Keep squeezing the ball. And now continue to shrink the star and squeeze the ball. We're going to tilt the pelvis, flatten the back down, and then lift the feet off the floor. Keep shrinking the star. Keep the pelvis tilted as you lower your feet down to the floor, and then lift your hips up off of the mat. Now you're rolling to lift the hips, squeezing on the ball. Shrink the star, bring your hips back down. Come to a flat back, squeeze the ball a little more and lift the feet up. Keep your back flat. Maintain for a moment. Keep shrinking the star, flattening the back and lower the feet down. Keep shrinking the star, flatten the back. As your feet come down, you're going to raise your hips up. Keep squeezing on the ball. Keep pulling the pubic bone towards the navel. And shrink the star and lower down again. Keep your back flat, lift your feet. And we're going to go into the 100. Bring the arms down to the sides. Take an inhale to prepare. 100 of the flat back. Press down into the palms. Lift the head. Keep the back flat. Extend the legs out if you like. And then keeping the back flat. Exhale for 5 pulses of the arms. And inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. And inhale. Keep squeezing the ball. Tilting the pelvis. And inhale. Exhale for 5. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Keep flattening the back, shrinking the star. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. One more set. Exhale. And inhale. Now keep your back flat as you lower your head. Keep shrinking your star with your flat back. Lower your feet down and immediately go into a pelvic lift, which we'll maintain for a moment. Pressing down into the heels. Feel the work in the buttocks and backs of the legs. Stretching the front of the thighs. Keep working the inner thighs. Keep shrinking the star. And then prepare to come down, shrink the star even more as you lower. We're going to roll through the lower back. And then release to a neutral. When we get there, relax the star, relax the squeeze on the ball. Take a moment, give into gravity. Okay, let's take the ball out. I'm going to do a couple compound leg lifts, some pistons, and some hip circles. Here we're working in neutral. Engage the inner core. Engage your abdominal star. Shrink that star down around your neutral spine. And lift the right foot up. Keep shrinking the star. And lift the left foot up. Try to make it as seamless as possible. Continue to shrink the star as you lower the right. And then lower the left. And keep shrinking the star. Lift the left. And then the right. Keep shrinking the star. Lower the left. And then the right, and now we're going to go into piston. We're still in neutral. Shrink the star, lift the right foot up and keep it up, and lift the left foot up. Stay there. Both legs lifted, feet as high as the knees. Shrink the star, keep your neutral spine, and exhale. Tap the right toes down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, tap the left toes down. Inhale, bring it back up. As you're shrinking your star, really pay attention to your X here as you bring the legs down one at a time. Shrink, tap the left toe. Inhale, bring it back up. Shoulders are relaxed. Star shrinking. Neutral pelvis. The star is helping to contain the ribs, not letting them pop up off the mat. Let's do one more set. Good. Now just bring one hand up to each knee and relax the legs. Relax the work in the core. Just let everything be soft. Your legs are floppy. And keep the legs relaxed and start to make some small circles. Your pelvis can be rocking, that's fine. Letting this be as loose and free as possible, stirring your thigh bones around your hip joint. Reverse the circles. And then let's do a few out of phase. So start one knee and then the other. Try to still keep the legs relaxed as you do the out of phase movement. And then move the other way, stirring around out of phase, trying to keep the legs relaxed. So it's the arms that are doing it, the motion, the legs are just being passively moved around. And then bring your knees into your chest. Hug them in for a moment. Let your lower back flatten. Relax your shoulders. We're going to keep the lower back flat by shrinking the star and over-exaggerating the vertical line, pubic bone to navel. Keep the back flat, lower your left foot down, and straighten your left leg out along the floor. Back is still flat. We're pulling the right knee towards the breastbone. Straightening out the front of the left leg as much as possible to get that front hip flexor stretch. Now we're going to move it to a neutral spine. So notice your flat back. Move your right knee out away from your chest. Feel the lower back come into its neutral position. Root down through the tailbone. Shrink your star. And then keep the star shrinking. Extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to bend the leg, keeping your neutral spine. Stretch it up, just warming up the hamstring before we do leg circles, and bend the knee. One more time, we're going to reach up, bend the knee, and then come up to stay. Keep the leg nice and long, shrink the star, and we're going to draw an infinity sign on the ceiling 5 times. Keep your pelvis still, your ribs still, keep shrinking the star, trace the same infinity sign over and over again. 5 times one way, reshrink the star, reverse the directions. And when you're done with the second direction, we're going to bend the right knee. Use your left hand on your right knee and pull it towards the floor on the left. Go into a twist. Move into the twist as far as it feels comfortable. So don't have to get your knee to the floor. Arrange your right arm wherever it feels comfortable. Turn your head to the right if you like. And then let the breath move slowly into the twist. And then we're going to come to the back, bring both knees into the chest. Lower back goes flat again. Take a nice stretch here for the lower back. Relax the neck, shoulder space. And then inhale, picture the abdominal star. And exhale, shrink it. And feel your pubic bone towards your navel. Maintain your flat back as you lower the right leg down onto the floor. Stretch the leg out straight. Keep your back flat. Pull the left knee towards the breastbone. Keep shrinking the star and flattening the back. If you keep it active, you feel more stretch in your right front thigh. Now we're going to move the left knee out away from the chest until you establish the neutral spine position. Root down through the tailbone, shrink the star on the neutral, and stretch the left leg up to the ceiling. Stretch that hamstring and then bend the knee. And lift it up again. Pelvis is still as you stretch. And bend. And again, reach up. And bend. And one more time, stretch the leg up straight. Maintain the straight leg. Engage the star to stabilize neutral. And do your infinity sign 5 times each direction. As you move the leg, pelvis should stay steady. Keep shrinking the star, and then reverse, and go 5 in the opposite direction. Keep steadying the pelvis. Keep shrinking the star. Please breathe even though you're shrinking the star. Notice I'm talking even though I'm shrinking the star. You really can do it in any position. Okay, keep shrinking the star, bend the knee, and then you can relax it as you bring your right hand to your left knee and go into the twist. Organize your left arm and shoulder wherever they're comfortable. Turn the face to the left and breathe into the twist. And then roll to the back and hug both knees into the chest. Rock yourself a little bit side to side on the sacrum. Lift your feet up as high as your knees. Engage your abdominal star. Keep your neutral spine in place as you lower the right foot. And then the left foot. And then relax. Okay, we're going to turn to the left side. Preparing for the clamshells. Begin in a 90-degree hip angle, so the knees and the feet line up at the front of your mat, neck and shoulders relaxed. Stack the knees and the hips up. Take an inhale and picture your star here. As you exhale, shrink the star. And then begin lifting the right knee towards the ceiling and lowering it back down, keeping the pelvis steady as you lift and lower. We'll do 10 here. Now this is different from the way we often do it because we're using the whole star. You have your obliques supporting you as well. After 10, relax completely. We're going to move all the way out to the 0-degree hip flexion. Bring the knees straight underneath you. Your feet are pointing behind you. Shrink the star. And do 10 clamshells here. Again, keeping the pelvis still as you externally rotate the right thigh in the socket. Neck and shoulders easy. When you're done, we're going to come into the 45-degree hip flexion between those two positions. Relax here for a moment. Your right elbow to your waist. And just do a little work for the short rotator cuff. Keep your elbow pressed to the side and raise the hand up towards the ceiling, externally rotating the arm in the socket, and bring it down just slightly below the level of your shoulder, but keep your elbow on your waist. And lift and lower. If you have a small weight, you can use that here. We're going to do 15. Make sure the elbow is staying gently pressed into the side the whole time. When you're done, relax the arm. Re-engage your abdominal star. And we'll go into external rotation of the right leg. Ten times. And then relax that. And straighten both legs out. Feet slightly forward of the hips. Top hand on the waist or fingertips on the mat in front of you. Neck and shoulders easy. Exhale, shrink the star. Lift the legs up and raise the top leg 5 times. And lower the bottom leg 5 times. Keep shrinking the star. And then bring both legs forward and back 5 times. Your pelvis should be still, also your shoulders still. If you feel yourself moving, bring your fingertips to the mat. Better to be stable with that support than unstable without it. After 5, come back into the center and we'll circle the top leg 5 times each direction. And then squeeze the inner thighs together and flex the feet back. Squeeze the toes. Point the feet, fan the toes, and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, Flex and reverse it. Open the toes, stretch out, reach, and then squeeze the toes and pull back. Open and reach, squeeze and pull back one more time. And then lower both legs down. We're going to take the right foot on the floor in front of you. You might want to hold it. If it's easier for you to prop up and do this, you can do that. And we're going to work the inner thigh. Reshrink the star and do 10 little pulses of the lower leg. And lower it down, relax. And again, shrink the star, 10 pulses of the lower leg. And lower it down, relax. One more time, shrink the star and pulse the lower leg 10 times. And then relax it down. And go back to the bent knee position and prepare for the side plank. Bring yourself up onto your left forearm. So you can leave both legs bent the whole time. I'm going to straighten my top leg, but feel free to keep both legs bent. Float the top arm up towards the ceiling. Picture your star and shrink it as you exhale. Push into your elbow and forearm. Lift your hips up. If you like, you can extend the top leg. And then slowly exhale your top arm forward. And inhale, bring it up and back. See if you can stretch your front armpit. Exhale, slowly down to the front. And inhale, lift up and back. Stretch the front armpit. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Slow it down. Keep pressing down into the floor and shrinking your star. One more. And then bend the knees. And we're going to come up into a mermaid sit. Place your right hand on your right foot. Inhale your left arm up and bend to the side. Keep your breastbone open, spiraling it towards the ceiling. And then place the left hand down. And if you like, you can slide the forearm down and reach the right arm up over the head. Reach your right sit bone down towards the floor. Spiral the breastbone towards the ceiling. Let's go one more time each direction. Then towards the right. And bring the left arm down. And then towards the left. Reach your right sit bone towards the floor. Spiraling your breastbone towards the ceiling. And bring yourself up. And then we're going to pivot. Sit up with the knees bent. Float the arms in front of you. Shoulders relaxed. Scoop the belly. And roll part way down. We're going to maintain. Scoop the belly and relax the shoulders. Think of shrinking your star, straighten your legs out. Keep shrinking your star and lower the rest of the way down to the floor. Keep shrinking the star, flattening your back as you reach your arms back for a moment. And then relax. Feel how your back arches and stretches away from the floor. And then lower your arms down. Relax everything for a moment. Now we're going to turn over onto the right side. Beginning with the legs bent at a 90-degree angle at the hip and the knee. Relax the neck and shoulders. Picture your star. As you exhale, shrink your star. Keep shrinking it as you 10 times rotate the left leg out of the socket. Keeping the pelvis still by shrinking the star. And then let everything relax. I'm going to move out into the 0-degree hip flexion, opening the front thighs. And shrink the star. Rotate the left leg out of the socket. 10 more times. Keep shrinking the star, relaxing the neck and shoulders. When you're done, we'll go to a 45-degree hip flexion and relax there for a moment. And we're going to bring the left elbow to rest on the left waist. Keep the elbow really attached to the waist, and we'll externally rotate and internally rotate a little bit. So more emphasis on the going up, and just a little bit on going down. We're doing 3 sets of 5. And when you're done, relax the arm, the shoulders, the neck, the face, the jaw. Re-engage the abdominal star. And with the star shrinking the whole time, 10 rotations of the left leg in the socket, keeping the pelvis still. And as you're ready, take a rest here. And then straighten both legs out. Top hand on the waist or fingertips on the mat in front of you. Take an inhale and picture your star. As you exhale, shrink the star and lift the legs, and then 5 times up and down with the top leg. Relax the neck and shoulders even though you're working in the low core. And then 5 times down with the bottom leg. Re-engage the star, go forward and back 5 times. Make sure your hips are still and your shoulders are still. Fingertips on the mat in front of you if you're wobbling. Then back into the center, and we circle the top leg 5 times. And reverse it for 5, keep shrinking the star. And then we're going to bring the thighs together and flex the feet, squeeze the toes, point the feet, fan the toes, and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, flex. Open the toes as wide as you can and reach out, squeeze the toes and pull back. Open and reach, squeeze and pull it back one more time. And lower the legs down, relax. Work the inner thigh. You're going to bring your left foot on the floor in front of you. You can prop up if it's easier for you to be propping up here, or hold your leg. Do what's helpful with that front leg. Re-engage the star, and we'll pulse the bottom leg 10 times. And relax it for a moment. Re-engage the star, and 10 more pulses. And let it relax. And last time, shrink the star and pulse the bottom leg. And then relax. Okay, bend the knees to 45 degrees. Take a moment. And then we're going to prop up on the right forearm. Preparing for the side plank. Feel free to leave the the top leg bent as it is. Extend the left arm up to the ceiling. Shrink the star. Press down into the right elbow and the right hip. Lift yourself up. Extend the top leg if you like. Inhale, and then as you exhale, slowly bring the top arm forward, and inhale, lift it back up, stretching the front of the armpit. Exhale, reach to the front, and inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. And inhale, lift. Twice more. Keep pushing into your right forearm. And then bend the knee. And pivot on the mat. Oh, I forgot the mermaid stretch. Sorry. Go into your mermaid stretch. So we were just coming from the 45 degrees here. Right foot forward, left foot behind. We're going to start with the left hand on the left foot and bend towards the left side. And then bring the right hand down. If you want to go all the way to the forearm, go ahead. Reach your left sit bone towards the floor. Spiral the breastbone towards the ceiling. And then lift. Left hand on the left foot as you side bend towards the left. And then side bend towards the right. Stretching down through the left sit bone. Up with the breastbone. And then bring yourself up. And owl pivot. Let the arms out in front. Shrink the star. Tuck the tail. Come down and hover for a moment. Keep shrinking your star. Relax your shoulders. And then straighten the legs out, shrinking the star even more. And roll yourself down. Keep your back flat as you reach back. And then relax. Now we're going to come to a neutral spine. So if you're relaxed, you're a little overarched, and we're not going to come all the way to flat. We're going to shrink the star and close the space behind the lower back down to just a neutral position. And walk the feet a little bit to the left, upper body to the left. Cross your right ankle over your left and hold your right wrist. Reach down through your right hip and your right ribs and stretch your right side. And go ahead and shrink the star every time you exhale. Feels a little different here because one side's compressed and one side's open. So as you shrink the star, you have to really work the right ribs towards the left hip and your left hip your right hip towards your left ribs. So everything on the right side working to keep that side contained. And come back up into the center, stretch it long. And then make sure you're in your neutral spine, walk the feet a little to the right, the upper body to the right, cross the left ankle over and hold the left wrist. Reach your left hip down, your left ribs down, and shrink the star every time you exhale. Feel how that pulls on the left side, accentuating the stretch. And then bring it back up into the center. And relax for a moment here. We'll float the arms to the ceiling. Bend the knees. Find a relaxed neutral position. And lower the arms down. Release into neutral for a moment. Turn all the way over onto the stomach. And bring the hands underneath the forehead. Rest in the prone position for a couple of relaxed breaths. Now we're going to bring ourselves up into the Sphinx position, resting up on your forearms. Notice how splayed apart the ribs are here and how compressed the lower back is if you don't do anything. Also, your shoulders might be pressing up around your ears. So let's fix the basic position where we shrink the star, push down into the forearms, pull the tail between the legs. You're accentuating the pubic bone towards the navel again. So you're actually tucking your pelvis under, keeping the breastbone open and the pelvis stable. Go to the single leg kick, one knee at a time. You bend and kick, kick. And then the other side, bend and kick, kick. And kick, kick. And kick, kick. Keep shrinking the star and tilting the pelvis, pressing down through the forearms. Okay, we're going to go back into a child's pose. And then come up onto all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, neutral spine. So, don't sink into your shoulders, don't overcompress your lower back or your neck, but neither are you going to round your back. It's a nice long neutral line. That will put your gaze down on the floor in front of you. Shrink the star. Keep the shoulders and the pelvis steady as you raise your right arm and your left leg. And stay for a moment here. Try not to hike your left hip up. And then keep shrinking the star. Lower the hand and the foot back, or the knee back down. Keep your pelvis still. Re-shrink and take the opposite pair. Left arm and right leg. Keep the pelvis steady. Breathe and keep shrinking the star. And then keep shrinking the star as you lower the hand and the knee back down. We'll do each set one more time. Shrink the star and take the right arm and the left leg. Keep shrinking the star as you breathe. And then lower the hand and the knee. And keep the shrinking the star. Take the other pair, left arm and right leg. Keep the pelvis level. Keep breathing and shrinking the star. And then lower the hand and the knee. We're going to do the knee hover. We're going to tuck the toes under. As we do the knee hover, we're trying not to move forward or back at all, just up, away from the floor. Toes are tucked. Now shrink the star, push into the hands and into the toes, and just lift the knees up a fraction of a notch. Keep it small. Try not to push back or forward, just up, and breathe for a moment. Keep shrinking your star. And then keep shrinking the star as you lower the knees down and relax. We'll do it again. Shrink the star, push into the floor, unweight the knees just a little bit. And keep shrinking the star and lower the knees, relax. One more time, we're going to go into a downward facing dog. Picture the star, exhale and shrink it, push into the hands, unweight the knees, keep pressing straight down. Keep shrinking the star. Now, take an inhale, re-engage your star, and then push into the floor, lifting your hips towards the ceiling, gradually unbending the knees. And you might not even unbend them, depending on how tight your hamstrings are. Push into the floor, reach your sit bones up as high towards the ceiling as you can. Keep pushing into the floor with the hands, trying to get as much distance from the balls of the index fingers up to the sit bones. And please feel free to keep your knees bent if your hamstrings are tight. Then we're going to bend one knee at a time. Stretch out the back of the leg. Keep pushing the floor away with your hands. Keep reaching your sit bones towards the ceiling. Now we're going to go back into the knee hover. So shrink the star again. Bend the knees. Bring them down towards the floor but not to the floor. Orient your shoulders directly over your wrists. And then bring your knees down to the floor and go to a child's pose. Relax the neck and shoulders. Do whatever is comfortable with your hands and your wrists. Now we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. So shrink your star down and then lift your hands off the floor and bring yourself up to stand on your knees. Lower the arms down the front. If it's tough on your knees, you can fold your mat over and give yourself a little bit more padding. Wow, it is bright up there. Okay. Standing tall, crown of the head lifting up. We'll start by stretching the right thigh, which means we bring the left foot forward, align the left ankle and the knee. We're not lunging here. Think tall through the center line of the body. Shrink your star, and then pull your tail between your legs. Don't lunge forward, keep your shoulders relaxed. Tuck the tail. Feel how that right front thigh stretches. and then relax it. And again, shrink the star, tuck the tail, and feel this front right thigh stretching, relax the neck and shoulders. And relax the pelvic tuck, relax the star, tall to the center line of the body. Again, inhale, picture the star. And exhale, shrink it, tuck your tail, lengthen the front of the right thigh. Relax it. Let's do it twice more. Tall to the top of the head, relax the shoulders, shrink the star, and pull the tail between the legs. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep shrinking the star. Relax it. Last one. Shrink the star and tuck the tail. Stay tall. Relax the shoulders. Scoop the belly button in as you're shrinking. And relax it. Bring your left knee to the floor. Move into a child's pose. Bring your arms out in front of you if you're not there already. Shrink your star down. And then lift your hands to stand up tall on the knees. And relax the arms down. Lift tall to the crown of the head. Preparing to stretch the left side, we're going to bring the right foot forward, align the right ankle and knee. Relax the shoulders, lift tall to the crown of the head. Inhale, picture the star. Exhale, shrink it, and pull your tail between your legs. Relax the shoulders and feel the front of the left thigh stretching. Not because you're lunging, but because you're posteriorly tilting the pelvis. And then relax that. Lift tall, relax the shoulders, take an inhale, picture the star, shrink the star, tuck the tail, and stretch the front left thigh, breathing, relaxing the shoulder as you stretch. And relax that. Again, picture the star, shrink it as you exhale, tuck the tail, and breathe, relax the neck and shoulders, soften the face. Relax it, we have twice more. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, shrink the star. Tilt the pelvis, tuck the tail, lengthen the front of the thigh, relax the shoulders. And release it. Last one. Exhale, shrink the star, tilt the tail, pelvis, tucking the tail, relax the shoulders. And then relax that. Moving to the child's pose. Okay, I'm back out into the Sphinx and we're preparing for the plank. If you like, you can put your hands together. Do whichever position you prefer for the plank. We're going to do 30 seconds. I'm going to try to see my watch. Okay. I'm going to shrink the star, tuck the tail, push into the forearms, and lift the hips up. Your belly button scooping into your spine. Top of the head straight forward, so not your nose, but the top of the head. And breathe. Press into the forearms. Keep shrinking your star. Every exhale, you shrink it a little bit more. Think of tucking your tail between your legs. It'll help. Find the length in the front of the thighs. Keep breathing. Need 10 more seconds. And then bring the knees down. Go to child's pose. All right, and then over onto the back. I'm going to move through the abdominal series. We'll use a flat back. If it's a strain for your neck to keep your head lifted, just take a blanket, folded blanket or pillow behind your head. Keep your head down if you want to lift it up now and then to strengthen the neck in small increments. Do that, but please don't strain your neck in order to lift the head. So we're going to begin with the knees into the chest. That already naturally gives us a little bit of a flat back position. And we're going to reinforce that as we engage the abdominals. So take an inhale, picture the star. Exhale, shrink the star and also tilt the pelvis. Now your back should feel like it's pressing down into the mat. You're going to keep it pressed down as we lift the head. Bring both hands to one leg, extend the other leg out. We're still keeping the flat back. And then switch the legs. Single leg stretch, flat back, chin in towards the chest, elbows lifted high and wide. Please support your head with something if your neck is bothering you. And then keep the back flat, one hand on each knee, and exhale out into the double leg stretch. Keep flattening the back. Inhale, bend the knees, hands touch the knees. Exhale with the flat back, reach out, and inhale, come back in. And flatten the back, exhale, reach. Inhale, come back in, last one. Keep your back flat, and we'll go to the single straight leg. One leg up, one leg down. Gently guide the leg with your hands. Pull on the leg. You can check your hamstring, but keep your back flat. And then both legs straight up. Back is still flat. Support your head with your hands. Lower the legs down slightly. Keep pressing your navel towards your spine. Lift the legs back up. Keep flattening the back. And again, lower down. Make sure your back ribs stay down. And lift the legs back up. Shrink the star. Flatten the back. Lower. And lift. 2 more times. If it's too much, just bend and straighten the legs. You can just bend and straighten and keep the back flat. And once you're done with 5, I'm going to bend the knees. Keep the back flat as we crisscross. Bicycling the legs. Go more slowly for more challenge. And then bring your knees to your chest. Put your head down. Slowly turn your head from side to side. Settle the head into the center. Gently press the back of the head down into the mat. And relax that. And again, gently press the back of the head into the mat. Relax it. Last time, gently press. Relax. And shrink your star around your flat back. Lower the left foot down. And then the right. And then relax. Find your neutral position. Relax the arms at the sides. Let the breath relax. Feel the pull of gravity. Feeling the feet against the floor. Back of the pelvis dropping into the floor. Relax the belly. Let the breath move naturally. Relax the shoulders, the neck. Feel the back of the head dropping into the floor. Relax the face. And then slowly turn to your side and come up. We're done, except I just want to show you, come up into a standing position that you can do your star in any position. So come up to stand, picture the star, and as you exhale, shrink the star down. Relax your shoulders. So there is the star shrinking around your natural standing position. If you're about to lift a heavy shovel full of snow, you can even think of that tail tuck. Shrink the star, pull your tail under a little bit, and then bend the knees and use the legs with the star engaged, but the tail tucked slightly if you need a little extra support. Okay, have fun. It is so beautiful out there. I hope that you get a chance to see what I'm seeing. Enjoy the day. I will not see you next week, the 24th, and I will be in touch about the 31st. So very happy holidays to you, and Happy New Year if I don't see you before, but perhaps I'll see you on the 31st. Thank you all, and make sure that you sign in so I can see that you were here. All right, be well.